As I said, my name's Eugene Godina, and we are in Manuel Antonio, Costa Rica, one of the most popular places in all of Costa Rica for people to visit and for people to live in. There's a huge community here of expats and yoga and nature enthusiasts. They really love this area because of all that it has to offer. This is our front building, which is next to be remodeled. We have to put in our handicap access. We're going to have an elevator onto the property to make getting off and on the property a little easier for everybody. This is going to house a little mini supermarket. All the basics: rice, beans, water, all the stuff that makes it easy to, that you might decide you need. If you didn't pick it up at the weekly feria down at the marina, we have a weekly farmers market that happens every Friday and Saturday down in our marinas. So we wanted to invite you inside this morning. It's early in the morning. Nature's waking up. Everybody's getting ready to go to work. You can see we've been doing a little work on the property. Pretty much everything's going to be brand new by the time we're done. All of this product you see laying on the ground will be recycled in one way or the other. We've been very conscious about the ecological impact that we have here, because that's why we come to Costa Rica, is because they are so aware of the ecological impact. They're looking to be the #1 country by 2023 to have a zero carbon imprint. We have 2 separate buildings on the property with 4 units each in them. And what they are is little studio cabinas, which means they've got kitchenettes in them, flat screen TVs, air conditioning, little private terraces. Some of them have separate bedrooms, some of them literally are studio apartments. But you'll find down here that you don't need a lot of space and you don't need a lot of things, because the reason people come here is for nature. And we thought it might be fun for you to have a quick peek at the property before we've got it redone. So we really did bring this thing back from the edge of being completely taken over by the jungle. You couldn't see it on this property. The roofs were completely destroyed. The windows were barely usable. So we brought it a long way, and we've still got a long way to go. But we think we'll be open by the first part of the property in July or August of this year, and completely ready by the season, which down here is in the wintertime from December until about April. That's the main season in Costa Rica, because that's when all the expats and the snowbirds want to come down here and get away from the winter and the cold. That's when a lot of people, it's the driest time of year, so a lot of people come down here to explore. But really, the green season is one of my favorites. Doesn't rain that often. It rains a couple times a day, except during the wettest of the season, which is October, November. And so it's really lush and gorgeous when green season is on. We are working diligently on the property. This area here is one of our community areas for the guests. This is our pool area. Great place to hang out, great place to cool off during the late afternoons if you're not down at the beaches, which are just a short 10-minute bus ride away. We've got bus stops in front of the property, so it makes it really easy. There's no reason to really have a car down here. Taxi rides are cheap. You can ride up and down the hill for, $1 a person in what we call little collectives. And they're little shared taxis, and you just stand out front and jump in them, and for 500 colones you can go all the way up to the beach or all the way down to Capos. So it's a great way to buzz around. The bus rides are only 60 cents a piece. So if you're careful down in Costa Rica, it's really an economical place to live. If you want to live like a US citizen or a Canadian citizen with all the luxury, you can spend as much money as you do anywhere else in a really developed country. But we're trying to create something that makes it so people can come down here and spend months and months at a time, enjoy everything about Mount Antonio that's really incredible, all the animals, all the diversity, the incredible plant life. We have troops of monkeys that come through the property almost every day. We have sloths that visit the property. We have hummingbirds. We're replanting the garden so that we attract more butterflies and the nature that's been missing from this property for a while because it got so overgrown. And it's part of the fact is that you do have to take care of the jungle and you do have to sort of love it back a little bit because otherwise it just consumes everything. And if you want to live in it and you want to live in harmony with it, you have to take a little bit of care of it. But nothing on this property that we're taking out is going to waste. For example, like all this wood, we actually have Ticos who come along. Ticos are local people or local natives, and they'll come along and they'll use this wood when we're done with it for reconstruction purposes. They'll use it to cook with. So all the glass is getting recycled back into products. You know, the bamboo that we've had to cut will be used on the property. All the ironwork that we pulled down to replace windows and put in new windows so that we've got better control of light and noise and access to the rooms. All that will be used on the property too. But we just wanted you to have a quick peek. This is some of the new tile that's going in on the property. It's porcelain, not marble or granite. It's a manufactured product, nothing out of nature, you know. But we're having to do some rehabilitation, so we're trying to make it really gorgeous and luxurious for you, and still really easy care for everybody. This is the largest property on the tower. This is we call it the tower. It's a 2-story house, and at this point we're using it for our office and for management purposes. It'll eventually be released back onto the market, and it's a 3-bedroom house with a wraparound terrace above and below. It's a great little piece of future property. As a rental, it'll be, you know, for larger groups. Everything else is a studio with kitchenette. These are the old units. You can see the metal bars that were original to the property when this was built. These have got so much damage to them at this point that we've had to remove them. It was ineffective to try and save them. Most of them have got so much, you know, rust from all the salt water and damage. So we're finding new ways to rehab them on the property. We won't be wasting a thing. But, you know, they were one of my favorite things when I came on the property original, but I've decided that there's other ways to do this. These are the back of the front units. These are going to be the little screened-in Florida rooms, the bathrooms with glass block and ventilation. And this area back here, which is a little bit of a disaster work zone right now, is the future home of our ranchero. So this is going to be a nice barbecue area, you know. It's fun to see because the animals, the macaws and the toucans and the birds all come up into these trees. The monkeys come through here. There's a lot of plants on the property that are the food source for the animals. So we attract a lot of that, and we're adding even more of that back into the gardens to make it. I promise you, in 6 months you won't recognize Mango down. You won't recognize this as haven't seen this video. But I really want to thank you for taking interest in Mount Antonio and Tico Tico Villas. It's a great place to come and stay. I've been coming here for over 20 years, and after selling my business in the US, I just decided that it was a place I wanted to come be a part of. You know, Costa Rica is so ecologically conscious. The jungle is so incredible to interact with. We've got over 4 beaches just minutes away. You know, we got bus stops. I love the Costa Rican people. They're warm, they're friendly. They're really the reason that I decided to come here. As much as I love the nature and the area, I love the people even more. So, you know, if you're interested in learning about a new culture, enjoying some tropical paradise, then we think this is a great place to be. So, pura vida, and we'll see you again real soon and show you more updates. Thanks for stopping by.